Yo, Caesar here, and what has been a really long time since I said that, and since I'm here, welcome back to yet another race for Indian Racing League. We are in round, oh my god, I don't even remember, round 14, round 15 of season 9. We are coming to the end of the season, and things are really hotting up in Division 2 as well as Division 1. This evening we are in Azerbaijan. Real life race took place last week, so we are back again here. With me in the combox is another Division 2 driver who is not racing today for reasons not to be mentioned on the stream. And he has cut me off, so this is going to be a good day. Hello Shrikant.
Yeah, hi Caesar. It's a pleasure to join you in the comms box.
Yep, likewise, looking forward to be your comms partner for the day, as we have Shooter, who is the first one to start his lab. Let me just get the relevant data up on the screen. I think that's about it. Yeah, we are good to go. So what lap time are you expecting? I mean, he's on hard, so he won't be the quickest.
Okay, but the pole time is 140.
140, okay, 140.
Flat.
You think flat 140?
140, yep.
That's interesting. I mean, I wouldn't know because I've not played this track. So tomorrow, when I get to race here, I will be in the dark. So, okay, 140, we'll take that for Division 2. So I assume Division 1 should be around high 138, low 139. But yeah, let's stick to Division 2 for now, taking that corner very carefully. I mean, personally, I would have attacked that more, but yeah, final big point.
He's just setting his bankers, so right now we can't expect anything, and the track evolution is pretty high on this track, and so is the tire deck. So yeah, so expect some surprises in the end.
Yes, as Marlon has mentioned that we have 400 subscribers. Oh yes, we have 400 subscribers, so congratulations to one and all. We've hit a landmark. Thank you, Marla, for pointing that out as a 144.355. That time is really blessed. Next on the line will be Vicky. Is about to start his lap, so he won't be the next one. Who is? Oh, that was close. Is Domithor? Yeah, Domithor is on his hot lap.
Yeah, and joining us in the chat is Chips Chima. Sorry for the inconveniences from this game, Chips. Would have loved to have you in the comms box.
Time to switch from Airtel to Ambani Bhai for happy days. Yep. As Domithor sets provisional full lap 42.6. There's a Williams.
Is that on hards too? Yes, it's on hards too. No, it's on softs. Okay, never mind.
Soft. And Hershey beats that by almost 2/10. There's a Red Bull coming at the back. That should be Noble Carter starting his lap. Who else is on his hot lap? This is Alpha Tori, I can see. Okay, that's his in lap. Who else?
And Malav in the chat saying, who is Ambani Bhai? Who says Ambani Bhai? It's Mukesh Bhai. So, any comments on that?
मैं बोलेगा जिसको जो चाहे बोलना है. By the way, this is a track well known to Malav. Malav really loves this track. It's unfortunate that we couldn't witness him take hold of this wonderful track for him. But it is what it is. There's always a next time, maybe next game.
So we have Sid.
Yes, your mentor getting a juicy stream. What lap time he set?
He sets 140.4 on his first lap, which is his banker, and said who is on control has sweated that much. And from whom did he get that to? Is that Shooter? Yes, he got that from Shooter, who is this potential race win rival. So yeah.
Wiki in P2, by the way, comeback race for him as a reserve. It's been a long time since he raced in IRL, so good to see him, especially in P2.
And we have Jishnu in the chat. Jishnu, I would prefer not to speak. If I speak, big trouble.
Abdul Samad at the back. Vintage, I think he'll be...
And Vicky Spence. Out of turn 3 into turn 4, he spins. He is facing the loss of traction on this game because of the handling model. So yeah, Vicky, pretty harsh, but yeah, you have to deal with it.
Yeah, handling model is something we've all complained about as vintage goes
So
P5.
yeah, Hershey starting a lap. Might as well go on board with him. Yep.
Alright, wanted to take us through.
Yeah, breaks early into turn 1, gets a good exit, and there's a car ahead of him. I can't figure out which car. It's an Alfa Romeo of, I guess, Abdul, and he gets a decent exit out of turn 2. He's giving the way to the Williams because he's not trying to give any semblance of to that Williams. And he breaks early into turn 3, and he almost does a DeVries. The ABS saved him this day, and he aborted the lap. So yeah,
light damage, I guess. Went into the wall.
Yeah. Losing an end plate.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. As the Mercedes of Deadly Mosquito is on his lap.
And who's that? Abdul Samad goes, and there's a chaos into turn 1.
Has Abdul Samad crashed?
Who's that? Yeah, that's an Alfa Romeo of Abdul Samad, I think, and Ferrari of Nishan. So yeah.
Coming to the points table quickly, I mean, it hasn't been updated from the last week. Smith, who DNF'd, making this championship even more interesting, and his closest rival, Venkatesh, finishing on the podium in P3. So that gap is down by 7 points, if I'm not wrong. So this is all to play for in the remaining 2 more races after this. So 3 races including this. So it's going down to the wire. Deadly Mosquito about to cross the finish line. He won't be on the pole, but he sets P8.
He goes P2, P8, which is not a decent time from Deadly Mosquito with, soft. So yeah.
I mean, looking at Sid Venkatesh's time, he's 1.9 seconds, almost 2 seconds in the front. Oh, as Nishan is into the wall. Did not DNF.
He is stopped on track. So yeah, he's waiting for the cars to pass by, and then he's making his way in the safe manner.
Yep. Rahman about to start his hot lap. So why not you take us on this lap?
Look, Nishan retired on track. That's pretty.
I think he just went into the wall. Did he retire on track? I think he just.
Rahman goes deep into turn 1 and gets a great exit out of turn 1, and Raman's looking for a good fight for pole here, and into turn 2 hits the apex quite nicely, and he has activated DRS. I think he's not getting any tow from the car ahead. Who's that? It's an AlphaTauri of Shooter, I guess, and he breaks early into turn 3, misses the apex a bit, touches the wall, and that's quite close. And we have into turn 4, he touches the curve, almost bouncing into the wall. This is the tricky section. You have to brake early, and he misses the apex again. So yeah, you have to brake early to get the good exit out of this chicane. And he brakes early into turn 6 maybe, and into the castle section. This is the crucial section of the track. You have to nail this, and he goes wide, almost doing I am a stupid movement. And yeah, it's a pretty neat lap from him, considering it's his first lap, I guess. Yeah, first banker lap. So yeah, and almost doing a Lance Stroll. Yes, he did, but that's slight damage. He lost around 2 to 3 tenths from there. So yeah, it's a decent lap, almost invalidated by riding the curb, and he is hugging the apexes. From this, he is not having any damage, but it seems that he lost some kind of performance from that contact. And and we have Raman crossing the line, and he goes P2, 40.6 after all that collisions, and the poor exit out of turn 4 maybe, I forgot. So yeah, it's a pretty competitive time from Raman and Sid Venkatesh right above there.
Yeah, it was decent time. I mean, not as quick as Sid, who's on a controller. So Sid really showing that he practiced a lot.
By the way, Caesar, sorry to cut you off. We have chips saying to turn on telemetry for quali. Yeah.
It's already on.
Yep. So, yeah.
Right. So we have Williams on the main straight, Hershey, is he about to start? Yeah, he's about to start
He
his
is
lap.
about to start. But
No,
it's on old tires, so he's, I guess, doing some race runs inspired by some guy from Ferrari. So yeah.
Smith is
Ferrari
about
and
to end
Baku.
his lap.
Smith is on hards. 2 laps old hards, not draining his battery. They are just doing race, and Smith, Noble, and I guess Shooter. Shooter's at a good time on that hards. What do you think? Is he okay? Never mind. Smith is there.
Yeah,
Smith
almost
just
six tenths
contradicted my statement
faster,
right there.
6 tenths faster than Shooter. So, and
Yep.
that is 1.2 seconds behind the fastest lap. So that's a pretty good lap, I would say. We might see drivers dropping into 139s. You did mention
Yeah,
140.
we might.
So,
Because Sid Venkatesh's first lap was 140.4, which was his banker lap. So yeah, it's we can see the times go to 139s.
we possibly could, as Hershey should be the next one to cross the finish line as his lap is ending. Not many are on their hot laps. The time is almost.
He might get some tow from the Alpine ahead. So yeah, let's watch out for that. And he goes faster purple sector 2. Yeah. Oh my god, it's purple sector 2. I just messed it up. So yeah, sorry for that. And he's not getting any tow, but yeah, he's going fastest. He's still on the old tires. So yeah. It will be a good battle to watch because we have so many guys who have to set their lap and it will come down to the wire. So, and Hershey goes P3. Okay, never mind. It was his new tires. So yeah. This game is pretty absurd that it doesn't update when you go out of the pits. And we have yellow flag for the Red Bull of Vicky. I guess he was slowing down. Okay, never mind. He's on.
He has no front wing.
Yeah.
Just looking for some. I think Vintage is the next one to on his lap to cross the line, but he's just ended the sector 1. Vintage, I think. I don't know. This season he hasn't shown the pace to win the race.
No, but we saw some glimpses in Monza. His start, not his quali, but his start. He has it in him. Yeah, but yeah. This game messed up too many guys, if you see, like, if you consider yourself as well.
No, I don't consider myself because I don't play the game. I haven't played since 2020 ended. So, yeah. But no, I mean, the game is in ruins. I mean, there's no two ways about it. So, I mean, people were optimistic that this game with the new regulations, it should be different, but, you know, it's kind of gone downhill after 2021. So,
let's
I mean,
see
we can only hope.
Yep, we can only hope. Vintage player turning on his DRS. Let's see where he ends up. And he's touching 340. Okay, that's P5 for a vintage player. That's pretty nice time for him. And let's see, that's the Williams of Domithor. Not Domithor, that's Hershey. What is he doing? Why is he not going for new softs?
I think he's pretty satisfied with his lap time. He knows that he cannot go any faster. At least that's what he assumes.
So that's his quali done for now. So yeah.
Yes,
and there's a car sideways. What was that?
Yes, Malav.
That was Deadly Mosquito.
Abdul Samad is about to start his lap. I think he will be the first one to cross in his final run. So we'll stay on board.
Yes, Caesar, please take us to this lap. Yep.
All right. Abdul Samad taking turn 1 very carefully, and the turn 2 avoids the curb. I don't know, one thing that I've noticed on this track at least is people avoid the curves a lot, or maybe I take a lot of curves, but I think that's the faster way to go, right? Just avoid them altogether. Anyways, coming down to turn 3, attacks the curve, didn't use the full length of the track on the exit, could have gained some time there, and similar on the exit of turn 4. Coming to this braking zone,
and he
fast
is
left and then right.
Mercedes.
I don't think that he would have distracted by it. Mercedes was well out of his way. Coming down to the trickiest section of the track. Can he survive this? Let's have a look. Does he attack this corner? I mean, the key. No, he was very, very careful, as we could see there. And now it's just a couple of more braking zones to go after this. 2 long straights. How much can he gain? His current fastest lap is 142.4 laps.
And there's a Ferrari and Alfa Romeo.
Oh, that's
his own teammate.
His teammate is way down.
Is he going to get some semblance of two from the guys ahead? And it's a traffic paradise.
I think he will now, because this Mercedes, I believe, right in front of him will give him. Yep. That's the toe. He would love to just take it in. Malav, you can learn something from this. And 142.4 to beat. This will not be a pole time, but it will definitely be an improvement. Where does it put him? P7, right behind his teammate.
141.7. Who's on hearts? So yeah, there's way too many mistakes from Abdullah, and he was not using the whole track. So yeah, and he is into turn 1 runoff.
Abhi is the next one.
It's a whole long train. So yeah, let's follow this train. And Abhi is the first one who will cross the line. So yeah, let's follow him.
Right, Abhi, 2 minutes 0.2, so that's definitely not a representative lap even by his standards. Let's see the split time. He is 16 seconds in front, so that would make 44's possibility, depending on how much better of an exit he gets from here. This should put him around, I would say, 9th, 10th.
He was using all of the track as he brushed the barrier out there, the famous barrier. Okay, he's going in. Yeah, it's typical Abhi, starting from last, enjoying the chaos ahead and finishing it. So yeah. And then we have Hershey who is on a lap, and he's gonna end the lap with a broken wing. Okay.
Smith is coming to the line. Will he take pole here? No, he doesn't.
No.
Only
Smith?
pole lap he has to keep it, unless Rahman is invalidated, so that's done. Who else? Abdul Samad
goes P3 with only 1 run, 140.5, and Shooter stays P5, and Noble Garter goes P1. That's the thing I like to see. Red Bull on pole. Yep.
Why are you not in the lobby? Can you please entertain the viewers?
I prefer really not to speak because some unavoidable circumstances and the rule book binded me to stay here. So yeah.
I mean, let's just quickly just stay with you. I mean, how's this track for you personally?
It's a pretty decent track. I haven't tested my pace because I'm still dicey about if I should go all assist off or no. So yeah, I'm pretty dicey. I didn't push anything for this track. So yeah, my main focus is on Miami next week.
Would you have been able to take pole here?
No, quali is not my thing. I believe in race pace. Quali is
believe in
race? Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's why you had 4 DNF.
Bharat Kumar saying, where is Shrikant? I am in comms box because something happened. So yeah, let's not focus.
Let me just quickly run through this. Noble Garter with pole time of 140.2. Sid Venkatesh, the only lap time, the quickest lap time was his banker lap in P2, and Smith in P3. Oxidized Raman, Shooter, Domithor, Hershey, Vintage, Abdul Samad, Deadly, Vicky, Abhi, and Nishan rounding off the 14 drivers that we have tonight. Interesting. Did you expect Noble to be on the pole?
Yeah, I expected him because he is having way too much space, which he didn't know. So yeah, we have much more to see from this kid. So yeah.
Did you expect Smith to not get pole?
No, I expected a fight between Noble and Smith. The surprise element was Sid Venkatesh, because I have seen Sid for many races. His quali is one of his weak points. So yeah, I didn't expect Sid to be up there, but yeah, he's up there. A great quali from him, from his banker lap. Yeah.
It's a dry race. Looks like a very sunny, no clouds that I can see. no dark clouds, I should say rather. So this could be a boring snooze fest. I mean, come on, we needed a wet race in Baku of all the places. But nevertheless, we have 26 laps, right? We have 26 laps in Baku of drivers trying to not crash into the castle section.
Yeah. So, are we expecting some lap 1 carnage? Caesar, do you predict something carnage? Some carnage, or will we have a clean
no,
lap
I mean,
1?
I wouldn't say carnage, but I would say that maybe a few end plates or wing damage could happen in lap 1 because the nature of turn 1 is such. But I would like to predict that at the end of this race, we'll have at least 4 drivers who will DNF. We will have at least.
I predict for 6 drivers or more for DNS. So yeah.
Okay, there will be 2 safety cars.
And looking at the tire choices, that's a pretty mixed opinions. We can see Noble and Shooter on softs. Then we have Sid Smith, Oxidized Ramen, Domita Hershey, Vintage, and Abhi on mediums. Then we have 4 drivers: Abdul, Deadly Mosquito, Vicky, and Nishan on hards. So.
I mean, I can see, judging by this, I can see Noble Garden is really relying on his pace, and he's confident that he will be able to pull up decent enough gap by the time he pits. I think Softs will run out by lap 5 or 6. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they will run out by lap 5. They will run out by lap 5.
Yep. So it's really important for Noble and Shooter to get a really good launch of the line to make the best use of their softs. I mean, Noble I can understand, but Shooter is really taking a big risk here unless they both are in the same lobby. But yes, I mean, and Noble you can see that he's quite keen to get to his grid spot. Right, while they do this formation lap, predict your top 3.
Noble Garter because teammate bias, Oxidize if he keeps it straight, and Smith or Sid. In any order.
Name 3. I don't want 4 names. Name 3.
That's pretty hard because I have 4 to 5 guys. See, okay, the top 6. Anyone from top 6 can take it. Anyone from top 6. That's it. These guys have got it.
That's not a response, but okay, never mind. I would say Smith will win just because Noble Garden is starting on a different tire and not a tire that, and personally I would have started on even if I was on pole. I would say Smith will take P1, Rahman I will say P2, and Oxidize I'll say P3. I think Sid managed to get a really, really good lap, but the fact that he wasn't able to better it on his second run, I don't know.
And Smith disqualifies, so his tires will be ice cold. So yeah, this will give the guys around him a great start. So yeah, let's see.
All right, why don't you take us through the start?
Okay, the last car is lining up. Let's be on board. Okay, a good angle is there. Okay, Nishana is lined up. 1 light, 2 light, 3 light, 4 light, 5 light, and it's lights. Lights out and away we go, and Sid gets a better start than Noble Garter, and Sid stays P2, and Smith is getting engulfed by Oxidize and Raman. Smith is down into P5, and he's getting attacked by Shooter, and he's getting attacked, and he's gone down to P6, and Smith is almost into the wall, I guess, and he is down to P7, and we have position changes between Abdul Samad, Vintage, and in the whole midfield is fighting for the position, and we have Vintage going side by side into turn 3, and he is not making any move. So yeah, let's see.
That was a pretty clean start, I would say. No in place, no flying wings around. So that was pretty good. Good to see from Division 2. Meanwhile, Raman gaining 2 positions from that launch, Shooter getting just 1, so Shooter will not be happy with that start of his.
And Oxidize spins into, oh my god, Oxidize. And he is trying to reverse it, and he is dead last. Oxidize and
did he get any damage from that?
No, I think not. He locked up and saved it. So yeah. We have Noble Carter leading the race from Sid Venkatesh. I can't see the time intervals from Noble to Sid, but it's a long gap from
I mean, Noble to
Sid
Sid
to
is
Raman.
1 second, so there's 1 second gap between the top 4 each.
Yep.
So from P4, there's a train up until P7. I would say that's within a second. So top 4 rather managed to get away pretty well. Domitor trying to stay right behind Shooter. So Shooter, he started on softs, if I'm not wrong. He is up into P4, so that's 2 positions gain. Shooter should be able to get that gap down to Rahman and make the best use of the softs because they would go down after lap 3.
Yep. After lap 3 or 4, they will be red, and we have Domitor, who is getting attacked by and we have position changes between Nishan and Deadly Mosquito. I think. And Vicky spins, and Vicky goes into.
I wonder whose Red Bull was he driving?
Yeah. Vicky, I hope that you will win, but no, never mind. And Sid is closing the gap to Noble. With Noble, who's on softs, is struggling. Like, how?
Oxidize making the move on Abi, meanwhile, at the back. So Oxidize already making up 2 positions in a matter of sector and a half.
Yeah, and Shooter is getting close to Raman, who is on medium tires. So yeah, it will be a good battle to watch.
That should be definitely. Oxidize meanwhile is on the tail of Deadly Mosquito. So driver really showing that he has the pace. He's not in the right position courtesy his spin. So trying to get maximum out of the tires, out of his pace in the early stages of the race. Obviously, the more he can gain on these tires, I believe drivers in front of him, some of them are on hard as well. Yep, the 3 drivers in front, all of them on hard. So it's very important for Oxidize at least that he gains back those 3 positions ASAP.
Yes, and we can see Smith falling off from Domitor's DRS range. So, do you think Smith is struggling with his setup and his car?
Knowing him, I would say, I mean, that could be the case, but I think he's trying to just preserve his tires more than, struggling. But obviously, he's just 3 laps in.
He is under attack from Hershey now.
He's a second in front. I don't think he's under attack. Meanwhile, Shooter, who has the fastest lap, he wasn't a lot quicker than Sid. He's just 1/10 faster. He has the purple lap, but that's just 1/10 faster than Sid Venkatesh. So, and he wasn't really in any of the traffic. I mean, he just caught up to Rahman at the start of the lap. But yeah, Sid and Noble really building up a gap on Rahman and the rest of the field.
Yeah.
Or could be Rahman is the bottleneck.
Who is on mediums and the guy at Noble who is on softs he is matching his pace. He is having the pace. So, and we have yellow flag for Vicky again.
Did he go out in the same corner? On the last lap, he was out in turn 2. Yeah. Oxidize, meanwhile, has lost a position. Not sure what happened. He's back down into P13.
Is he having some kind of damage? No, he's not.
Right, coming back to the battle for P3. This should be an easy move for Shooter, who's right on the tail of Rahman. Rahman shouldn't really be defending this. He should just, I would say he would just let, Shooter through if he is really attacking him. Shooter is using his DRS and so is Rahman, so really fighting it out. And I don't think Shooter is close enough to really do anything about it.
I think Rahman is driving really low wings. And we have Nishan in the wall. The same wall where Malav crashed. Yeah, that's a safety car.
I wonder whose car Nishan is driving tonight.
Yeah.
That's a proper tribute from Nishan.
Yeah.
We don't have Malav, but we have that ultimate tribute. So
Nishan, you took one for the team.
Yeah. Always in our mind.
So Malav. We can see Noble and Shooter pit for hards right now. So
yes,
for a late safety car.
I mean, they can, but I don't think hards will go all the way. I mean, they can, but it would be a really
they won't because this track is a high tire drag track. but that's the best option. You can't go on mediums. But if you go on mediums, you have to go on hards in the latter stage of the race. So yeah.
But should they pit Noble and Shooter? They'll be at the back of the grid. I mean, down into P10, behind Abhi.
Yeah.
Behind
maybe Abdul, maybe.
Yeah, behind Abdul, around vintage to Abhi, that frame, because the safety car is out of
the But they will have the freshest tires. And
but
by my mediums, experience, the tire tag from the mediums and the hards is 14 to 20%. So yeah.
I don't think that will help them a lot, because the race is only 3.5 laps old, and mediums and hard runners are as good as fresh. So I mean, it should be a good window for them to pit, but yeah, they'll have to compromise with their grid stop positions unless they have other plans.
So let's watch Noble. Noble is going into the levy, and he might pit. Yep, he is pitting.
Was that a pit line cut?
He did a dummy for Raman. And so is Shooter, Domithor Smith. Okay.
Domithor Smith pitting from mediums. Okay, so they're going on hards. They plan to not... Oh, Shooter is on mediums again. Oh, Shooter was on softs, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah. So this leads to Sid Venkatesh being in clean air and leading the race, and we have seen that he's having pace, so we might see a...
Smith had a wing damage. Interesting.
Oh my god, that
explains his lap times. Oxidize is in the pits. Sorry, he just made a pit stop on the previous lap.
I think he also had a damage. That's why he pitted. We have Abhi in the pits too.
Alright, so top 5 deciding not to pit, and that puts Sid in the lead of the race. Something that he will be happy about, owing that his closest rival Smith is down into P9 as we have wing change for Deadly Mosquito. Interesting. Right, so this safety car should stay out for one more lap, and the lap is so long that we'll have to find something to talk about. Right, okay, do you expect Shrikant for Vicky to finish this race tonight?
I don't know. Just looking at his driving, like he went off into turn 2. I think he is still finding the limits of the car. So yeah, a points finish will be a good prediction for him, because I don't expect him to finish on podium or something, because he's still new to this game. It's his first race after the break, and first league race on this game, I guess. So yeah, I expect points. Yep.
You expect points from the driver who's driving a Red Bull. Expected. Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so my predicted drivers, Smith, Rahman and Oxidize. I mean, only one of them is on the podium at the moment. But then again, I mean, we'll at least have another safety car. I predicted 2, so... and 2 more DNFs to come.
Okay, Caesar, where do you expect Oxidize to end up? Because we have seen he is having pace, but he is spinning. So, where do you expect he will end up?
This is quite an interesting thing, you know. I mean, Oxidize has shown pace, and I mean, but it's not really reflecting on the points table. I mean, this has been happening, I think, at least for past couple of seasons, where I've seen Oxidize showing really good pace in quali, and then in the race he either DNF, spins. And just that errors that he makes, and that it's not being translated into the final points table. Obviously, we all want him to do well, and I think, again, hoping good for him, I really would be pleased to see him in the top 3. Speaking of Oxidize, he's tied on points with you. I think at least till Monza. I don't know where.
Yeah, till Monza.
I don't know where he finished at Spa, and where you finished.
He finished on P2, I finished P4, so yeah.
Okay, so he's just ahead.
P3. Yep.
He's just ahead.
And Deadly Mosquito locking up into turn 3 and breaks his end plate. Oh my god. That was some Nick DeVries stuff right there, so this might result in safety car staying for longer periods.
We have a lot of debris fan here, in that case. A lot of them paying tribute to the man who has failed to deliver so far. in his debut full-time season.
So, Caesar, what do you expect from our last time winner, Shooter? Where do you think he will end up? We have seen some good pace from him from last few races, so yeah.
I mean, yes, he has already made his pit stop and he is on the medium, so he definitely has to pit again. But obviously, and he's right behind the guy who started the race on him with soft tires. So this should be interesting as Noble and Shooter will look to make as many positions as possible. Let me just keep that tire data on. Abdul Samad is the only one on the hard tires in the top 8. So Abdul Samad will definitely be under the attack from those fresh medium runners. Shooter, I would say that will he win the race tonight? I mean, for him, definitely he can win, but I don't think he can win, not because he doesn't have the pace, but there are other drivers who I feel that, they have more chances. They're more likely to take the top step.
Yeah, because of the strategies, so yeah.
Is the safety car in? No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's not. So this will lead to Mosquito pitting and all 4 lines on the left side of the line. So yeah, so he's okay.
He is definitely good to go. Right, so we have 2 more races. Abdul is doing what?
Abdul is playing the long game. It's his usual thing. He goes and till the end from hards, like doing some Alex Albon or Esteban Ocon stuff, and then goes on softs and might steal the faster lap. So yeah, because every point is crucial for the constructor championship.
I mean, hards will go all the way to the end. That can, but his pace in the final, I would say 5 to 7 laps will be really slow. So he'll have to really manage his tires. But the thing is, I mean, with the pace that he has, I mean, he's not the quickest in this division. Judging by that, I don't know, he should have pitted. I would say he would have gone on to mediums and, just hope for another safety car, which is very likely, which is, I think, the Noble, Shooter, Domus, for what they're expecting. Deadly Mosquito for that matter as well, and Vicky, that they are hoping for another safety car where they can pit for another mediums or maybe hards. So it will be interesting to see how Abdul Samad manages the race from here to the next, let's say, a safety car period, or maybe even all the way to the end. Because at the moment, if speaking of that, Abdul Samad has to pit, right? He started on hards.
Yeah.
So he has to pit. Okay. I thought he pitted. I just saw lap 7 at the top, 6 laps. Yeah. So he has to pit. Okay, fine. But then again, he should have made his pit stop on the medium. I still hold by that thought.
No, but the tire deck on this track generally is way higher than and the safety car is in this lap. Okay, you be on board with Raman, I will be on board with someone in midfield. Let's see how this chaos pans out.
Alright.
Okay, they are bunching up.
Oh, Hershey
gets a 5-second penalty for collision with Raman.
Keep some distance.
And Sid is taking it slow.
Quickly, will Sid take this all the way to the line? 2 seconds.
Yes, he will. He will. Because of the long straight, he will do it.
He's still weaving. And he's off. Yep, he's definitely caught Rahman by surprise. What a good launch from him. Rahman almost a second behind him.
Yeah. And he caught everyone by surprise back
there. Oh, Hershey Vintage drag race to turn 1. Who's going to break later? Vintage has the outside line, but no, just breaks about a bit later. Further at the back, there's no action
between Oxidize and Abhi. Oxidize making up the place, and then Oxidize spins again. Oh my god, Oxidize. I think he is having some kind of damage from that contact on his front wing. That's pretty sad to see.
Oh, Abdul Samad already getting overtaken?
Yeah, from Noble Garter. So yeah, Noble Garter is hunting his way back up to P1. So let's see how this pans out. And we have the battle for peace. And Abdullah's under attack from Shooter as well.
I mean, yes, he is on hard, so he will be struggling to get going. And drivers behind him on fresh, softer compounds They'll be eager to overtake as soon as possible. Will someone be brave enough to overtake here?
No,
Nope.
unless you are
sensible.
me, but yeah.
But you're not there, so that's not a possibility. Right. By the way, speaking of that, since you did a self-burn, someone commented in the stream that since you're not in the lobby, there was no safety car at the start on lap 1. You think that statement holds true?
No, that's false. That's way too false.
That's just
I do
pure
my work
allegation.
yeah. To that guy, you are just, I don't know. I have no words to reply to. And we have Noble Gata, who has overtaken Vintage Player and made his way into P4. So yeah, this Red Bull is quite fast.
Oh, Shooter approaching fast. Shooter should make this move, and I don't think Abdul will fight it too hard. He is holding on to his racing line. And not a lot of straight line speed from Shooter here. Will he brake late into run 1? Yes, he does. Gives him enough room. Oh,
And
gets
he gets
tapped and spun.
tapped by Abdul Samad. That's pretty unfortunate. I believe Abdul should have given some space, but still, I'm not Stuart, so I'm a mere commentator. And Noble Gata fighting for P3 for Hershey.
Oxidize has spun again. Oh my god.
And that's a close battle. They didn't do a Russell and Verstappen there, so yeah, pretty good from them. And Hershey was struggling on 8 lap old mediums, and he's getting attacked by Noble, who is on half the tire age as him. So yeah. And Hershey breaks late into turns, and Noble gets a better exit than Hershey, and Noble makes the move for P3. He's hunting his way back to top. Let's see how this goes. And we have a Vintage Player spinning. Oh my god. Oh, what a good race he was having, and then he spins. Pretty sad for him, so yeah.
Right, so 2 seconds gap between Raman and Noble Gata. I don't see why this will not close down by the end of 4 sectors from here.
In all this, the Alfa Romeo boys changed positions and we didn't even notice, so yeah.
You think Abdul Samad will defend hard from Domitor? He has been
will.
letting drivers through.
He's having the straight line speed, so yeah, he might even defend from Domitor and Shooter, who is looking pacey, but he is getting held off by his mistakes and some tiny bit of collision. And Vicky, who is back in the race in points as I predicted, so yeah.
Right, Domitor on the back off of this summer.
Okay, Hershey is in the pits.
Why are you concentrating on the battles that's not happening?
Because it's fun.
What? How can people not battling fun? There's a battle going
gets a
on.
good exit on Abdul Samad, and he is going down the inside into turn 3. Let's see, and he makes the job done before the turn comes. So yeah, let's see.
You do realize that people are watching this stream, and this might backfire you on the server, right?
Yes,
the statements
it
you're
always
making.
Backfire. You know that I love to create entertainment and drama. I'm here for entertainment and drama. You do realize.
No, Shooter almost went to the back of Abdul Samad, but yeah, backed out of it.
So and Vicky, who is back in the fight.
Oh yeah, Vicky, I mean, he's in the battle for P6, right behind these two.
Yep.
So Abdul Samad is really a cork in the bottle, at least in sector 2, for all the drivers before everyone just passes.
See, the only thing I would blame for his lack of pace is his full TC, which is holding him back down, because with full TC your exits are miserable out of slow corners.
We have a battle for the lead.
That's the only thing. And yep.
So Rahman and Noble were able to get within DRS of the leader, who managed to get a really good launch. But will they be able to overtake Sid or a Noble to Raman? We'll have to wait and see, but I don't think.
See, Sid is a good defender. From my experience, he will hold off Raman and Noble Gata. So yeah.
Shooter is about to overtake Abdul Samad. Nothing that Abdul Samad can do. Abdul Samad is already out of his ERS, and this should be an easy move, but he's still fighting it on the outside, holding it there, and not an incident like he had with Shooter in the previous attempt.
Yep.
And Shooter this time has made his way past Noble Gata. Meanwhile, a drag race to turn 3 rather, and Noble Gata is up into P2.
Mercedes and Red Bull going into turn 3 clean. That's a rare sight.
Yeah, we've never seen this before, as Rahman is already out of his ERS. So drivers are defending really, really hard, in the initial phase of the race, knowing that they'll have to pit again, but to each their own, and this should be a pretty simple task. As someone
and we
has
have yellow flag, and that's Vicky, and no, that's Vicky only.
That's Vicky only.
And he goes off into turn 2 again. You are having a good race start for you, Vicky. So yeah, and we have Noble Garter, who has closed the gap to 5/10 to Sid Venkatesh. So let's see how this battle pans out. As historically, Sid Venkatesh drives a higher downforce everywhere because he likes to play it safe, which has played into his hands pretty well. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
There should be no easy overtake. I don't think Sid is going to fight it too hard. I think for his sake, he should. If it's an easy overtake, let him through and just use Noble space to pull him away from the drivers behind. The thing is, Noble is not in the title hunt. He is fighting Smith, who is down into P4. So, and he's fighting Rahman at the moment. So, yellow flag, Red Bull, that's
yellow
Vicky.
Flag, and that's the Red Bull of Vicky.
I mean, what's Red Bull doing?
And Deadly Mosquito and Abhi are fighting to the line, and Abhi let go of Mosquito. Okay, that's pretty absurd. Okay, let's see the gap behind.
Smith is about to overtake, and this should be a pretty easy. No, it's not. Mercedes fighting it on the inside on his medium tires. Smith again coming back on the attack on the outside. That should not be an easy move. They're still side by side.
From Smith
it's not completed yet. Mercedes on
they're
the
still side by side, and there's a touch, and Rahman almost going into the wall, and it's a safety car as Vicky is retired.
What do you have to say about that, DNF? Say some words.
You took care of the car, and I don't know what else to say.
Oxidize getting a drive.
Oxidize, oh my god.
Oxidize cannot catch a break. Oxidize cannot catch a break tonight.
But this has played into the hands of Sid and Rahman.
I would definitely say, but I think Noble Garter can afford to go into the pits now. He has fresh set of hearts. I think the good thing will be, or the logical thing will be to pit right now. Go for the hearts, all the way.
Go on hearts. Do you think Smith will pit again if he is having another set of hearts? If he had taken harder tire allocation at the start of the weekend, so do you think he can go for another set of hearts?
I mean, he has the pace to, not pit and manage his tires. I mean, there will be 2 to 3 laps more where he'll be driving slow. So there will be some.
And Noble in the pits. Okay, the top 3 go into the pits.
Smith decides to stay out.
Smith decides to stay out. So Domital is also pitting. So is Shooters. Will we see
Abdul
Abdul
staying out?
No, Abdul is staying out. It might be a Alfa Romeo 1-2 if Sid. Okay, it's an Alfa Romeo 1-2.
Why are drivers cutting pit lane entries so much tonight?
they do want discussions in the stewards inquiry, so yeah, they need some point of talking to do there. So do you think Abdul will defend like a lion, thinking that Smith's direct rival Sid Venkatesh is straight up behind him?
Yeah, he has no choice but to do it. I think this is team game in action right here. Smith deciding to stay out. Abdul Samad, who hasn't pitted yet. I think he's the only driver to not pit yet. Let me just confirm that. And yes, he's the only one.
Yeah.
So he's playing the Valtteri Bottas game here to his teammate. So yeah, allowing Smith to really just bolt into distance as much as possible, and then Smith relying on his pace and keeping the gap up to Smith. Don't forget that Noble Garter is behind Sid, who is obviously an equally fast driver who's looking to win the race. So the longer
you can see the whole grid is on hards, but the only driver on mediums is Deadly Mosquito, who is also on 2-lap old mediums. Do you think he can go till the end?
So 2 laps, it means he pitted at the end of lap 11. 11? No, I don't think. No.
It's his old mediums from the Nick DeVries thing.
If Deadly Mosquito takes those mediums all the way to the end, he will crash out in that fast left-right on the main straight. Note it down.
Yep.
If he decides to go all the way on those.
So, one Alfa Romeo has to pit, one can stay out, and Abhi, the same tire age as Smith, has also stayed out, and it's a buffer for Smith, like 2 cars, and one of them is his teammate. So yeah, Smith can pull away.
Other one is Abhi. I mean, at least in D1 he has a reputation to let drivers through, but that could be that he's a reserve. How is he in... Oh.
And Abhi pits. Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. That's typical Abhi.
There you go.
That's typical Abhi right there.
Let everyone through. Like, I'm not concerned. I'll just let everyone through. Right. So, I mean, that makes the job a bit easier for Sid. I'm sure the Alfa Romeo boys will not be happy with that.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's 3 red cars ahead of blue. So, let's see. So, your prediction, well, Oxidize, who is having a drive-through, Raman, who is out of podium places, and Smith, who is currently leading. So, your prediction is not panning out.
Nah.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way I can see this prediction, at least possible can come true, is another safety car once.
Safety car.
But then again, that will prove my other prediction wrong of 2 safety cars.
Or a chaos just like F2 Baku right here.
Right.
6 cars off in turn 1.
Will the safety car? Yeah, safety car will be in this lap for sure.
But looking at this, the drivers have been pretty clean till now. So yeah, kudos to D2.
I can already hear Jishnu typing in the chat box that, because Shrikant is not here.
Yeah.
He's going to put the play on you.
Yeah, if I was racing, you would have got entertainment. You see, it's the entertainment factor.
If you would have lasted more than 2 laps, then yes.
Yeah.
I guess. But never mind.
This safety car might be in this lap as the last car of vintage player is closed in. So let's see. Smith is warming up his tires, so is Abdul. Let's see how this pans out. Will we see Sid Venkatesh charging into turn 1, because we have seen Sid maintaining a distance to the leading car or the car ahead on safety car restarts. So let's see. Okay, no. Sid is closing on Abdul. So he is pretty tempted to make that move on Abdul and Smith. So let's see.
For Alfa Romeo's sake, Abdul Samad really needs to hold on to that position, at least up until the castle section.
Or more than that, he
I mean,
can hold it
anything beyond is a bonus, obviously. But at least the castle section, because Sid and Noble are on 12 laps fresher tire compared to Abdul Samad, so they'll have much better grip on the exit of turn.
Bunched up, and Smith has not gone.
He has to take it to the line. He has to take it for his sake, or he's gone now. Okay. He has gone. Looks like they will hold position.
It's a pretty good restart for Smith and the Alfa Romeo boys. So let's see.
Yep, no action behind. Everyone in a single line, which is good to see.
And Noble goes wide and he's under attack from Raman. Okay, never mind. He got a good restart. So Oxidize in the pits to service drive.
Oh,
and
Ferrari
on got spinning. Oh my god.
Okay, there you go.
Okay,
we have under attack. Alfa Romeo under attack, and Smith, will he send it down? No, he does not. Decides against it. Further back, it's a battle between Rahman and Shooter, and yep, Rahman taking that P4. 1 second, the lead is for Smith.
And that's Shooter going into the wall of turn 4. Oh my god.
Don't think there will be a safety car.
Yeah, this game is glitched. We just don't force me to say things which I can't. So yeah, let's focus on the race and let's see where Sid Venkatesh. Sid is eager to make the move, but he can't here, because if he goes side by side into, and Abdul is way too slow. He's taking too cautious.
How slow he is. And a safety car, no,
out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Like, how can you do this?
Shooter, oh my god.
Oh my god.
Shooter DNF so long back, and now someone was like, okay, let's pull the switch.
That's typical FIA behavior. They are focusing on realism. It's okay.
Okay, so I see
Yeah.
two scenarios here. Alfa Romeo will not be happy with this because Smith was 3 seconds in front. That how slow Abdul Samad was holding up.
Abdul is gapping Smith. So they might go for a double stack. You
Uh,
see Abdul Samad slowing. So okay, now he's closing in again.
no,
And Abdul going in the pits, so it's sacrificing Smith on older tires. It's
yeah,
not a wise
but
thing to do, but yeah, let's see how this pans out.
for
Smith should have boxed. Yeah.
championship's sake, it was not ideal for Smith to pit. And the point that I was making, Oxidized Rage will be heaving a sigh of relief that he decided to serve that drive-through on that lap. Otherwise, he would have had to do 3 more laps.
And Oxidize is not pitting.
He doesn't have to. He doesn't have to pit.
But the guys behind him are on fresh medium tires who are gonna attack him.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. So yeah. So can we see Oxidize pitting again?
I mean,
so it
now,
will be a no loss to him because he was last. He will start last. He is having pace. He can overtake. So yeah.
I mean, if he has fresh mediums, then yes, because Abhi and Deadly are on the old mediums, 4 and 7 laps respectively. So they will have pace, but not a lot of it.
In all of this chaos, Domitor has ended up P3. The Williams boys are P3 and P4. After a disastrous weekend last week, they are up in P3 and P4. That's a good points tally for the constructors fight. I think they are fighting for P3 with Ferrari and Mercedes. So yeah.
Domitor is a reserve, so it won't mean much.
But so we might see position changes between Domitor and Hershey team orders.
Could be if they're in the same party, but I mean, as of now, as things stands, I think it's Sid's race to win from here, and yeah, I mean, then it will all depend on how Domitor, Hershey, and Vintage. Vintage is in a very prime position, by the way, with fresh mediums. Yeah.
And he is having a buffer of Oxidized, who is a fast guy, but on old tires, so he might hold up Abdul, Raman, Noble, Abhi, and Deadly. So yeah.
Interesting.
Vintage with those two lap old tires. So yeah.
Right, now that we have another safety car, 3 safety cars within, I would say, 16 laps. Did you manage to follow the match today in IPL?
Sadly not, but yeah, I don't think. Wait, let me check. Okay, let's not talk about that.
Why?
The Rajasthan guys would be pissed.
We
have Oxidized in the pits.
Yeah, I think that's a smart move to just go and pit.
And he's having the pace to overtake the guys ahead. So yeah, why not?
Deadly back in the pits. I think he realizes 7 lap old mediums or 8 laps behind the safety car.
No, he's not having a wing.
How did Oxidize? Okay, so why didn't he pit in the last lap? Okay, never mind. I mean, still a safety car, so it's fine. Right, I mean, one more driver DNF and we'll have 100% of the finisher scoring points. That was my prediction anyway. So who's that 4-3?
Oh my god, why do you want them to DNF season?
I don't want them to DNF, I just want a prediction to come right. I mean, look, I predicted 2 safety cars, it's already 3rd one, so that's wrong, that's out of the bin. My podium predictions are all over the place, so that's bin. So
okay, your podium prediction is the guy who is leading, and Raman and Oxidize are in P7 and P10. And one of my podium predictions, what were my podium prediction? Noble, Sid, and Smith. Okay, they are 1-2 and one guy is in P8. So yeah.
PSI, ये कौन से गांव का नाम है ये?
Singapore. Okay, that's okay. Never mind. Just
aren't you playing that shark game, whatever that's called?
Standard Deep.
Standard. Yeah.
Okay. You used to play it. Now we are bored of it. So yeah, let's not talk about that because PSI is infected with some virus, I guess. So the safety car might be in because Deadly Mosquito has catched up. Will the safety car come in? It might.
Caught up.
Yep.
Right. Abdul Samad What can he do from here? You think he'll gain positions? I mean, in a normal scenario, he should.
Abdul on his day can gain too many positions. We have seen him win a race. So yeah, let's see how this goes.
That too.
Yeah, in Brazil.
Battle into turn 1 should be interesting. I think Smith has the underhand here. I don't think he can win unless another safety car comes in and everyone decides to pit. But again, I mean, this is just making the championship even more interesting. Sid is not weaving. He knows that he'll pull off any moment. He's ready for it. Although he's in a lower gear. Smith is doing everything to take it to the last. Yeah, he should be off now. He's off.
And he has caught Sid Venkatesh. Or not. Okay, they are close and we are seeing position changes and Abhi goes into pits and there's a collision between Vintage Plane and Hershey. Vintage making a mess and Abdul Samad has suffered from that and this has led to Abdul Samad goes for a dive bomb which never existed. Oh my god, that was such a good dive bomb. You are taking lessons, Abdul. I am proud of you.
But he's lost the position in all of that. Noble got a ride on his tail. Someone who made a move very easily on him. I don't think Abdul Samad will be very generous this time. Neither should he. Right, coming to the battle in the front, top 3 have managed to pull away a gap, a bit of a gap to the drivers behind. Medium runners kind of stuck behind Hershey. I mean, nothing Hershey can do. He's just driving his own race. So as long as Hershey is in P4, I don't think the top 3 are going to complain. Meanwhile, Sid will look to go for the move onto the main straight to possibly take the lead and extend his lead, because at the moment he's not close enough to go for any audacious move, but as long as he can stay for another lap, DRS should make his work even more easier. Domitor kind of dropping and now he's beyond 1 second. Domitor should be using his ERS, no he's not, so Domitor is out of that. Vintage, who kind of went for a lunge into turn 1 with the safety car. There's a carnage behind him. Rahman hit the back of him and that should be another safety car. Yes it is, that's the fourth one.
It is another safety car. So do you think Smith will pit?
Vintage is pitting. Speaking of that, someone else is in the pit. That's Hershey.
Hershey is pitting.
Smith, what is he doing? Okay.
Noble is staying out. So is Abdul. So is. Okay, let's see what.
Okay, look. With the tire wear, Sid will not pit. There is just 7 more laps, and safety car will stay for 2 more laps. So it will be a 5-lap shootout. Does
but
not
the guys
make
behind
sense.
him. Abdul, Noble and Mosquito and Hershey are on fresh mediums.
Look,
and fresh
Smith,
softs, vintage.
Okay, look, out of the top 4, Smith doesn't have to concern himself with Abdul Samad because he's not going to overtake him. His only real battle at the moment is with Sid. P3 is oxidized, he's down in P10. P4 is you're not there. So Sid Venkatesh is his only real rival here. As long as he can keep him behind for the 5 laps or 6 laps after the safety car comes in, I think Smith will be really happy. It's actually playing in his hands for Smith. And Sid will not be happy, obviously, because he'll get more and more less laps for him to battle or his attempts to overtake him. So I think it's, at the moment, I would say it's a 51-49 in favor of Smith.
So, but what is the points gap between Smith and Sid currently?
It's 7 points. Sid was P3 last week, right? So that's 10, so 9 points. 9 points is the gap.
Okay. If Sid wins and Smith ends up P2, the gap will reduce to 7.
The gap will reduce, the gap will reduce to 5 because it's 4 points difference between 1 and 2. So Smith will still hold on to his lead. Smith will still hold on to his lead. Oh, Smith is in.
Smith is going for a late lunge. Okay.
So he will come out P6. Smith will be in P6. This should be on soft. Smith has to be on soft. Nothing else but soft.
And Delhi Mosquito also pitting.
He's swinging his wing again.
Okay.
Where is he getting all the damage? But anyways, he will still be in P5 because Deadly Moss would have fitted.
P5, yeah.
So that's not bad actually. That is not bad, I would say. He timed
and he cuts the exit.
Wow.
Pit lane exit. Yeah.
That was something.
So yeah. He is in the best position because the guys ahead of him are on old mediums and hards. He will have the lasting advantage for the first 2 or 3 laps. After that, his tires will die out. So yeah, Noble and Abdul is defending from Noble. So yeah.
I think more than defending, Abdul has to attack Domitor and then try to battle Sid Venkatesh to slow him down for Smith's sake. Because we all know the stage at which the championship is. Someone will not battle Smith. But what he can do from here with the tire advantage is overtake Domitor and force.
But looking at the Constructors Championship, Red Bull are closing in on Alfa Romeo after last weekend. So yeah. So do you think Abdul, as we have seen, he is not having pace, but he is having fresher tires right now? Will he attack Domitor and Sid?
Yeah, he has to. There's no, for his team's sake, he has to. There's no plan B here. Smith obviously with his soft compound and it has a massive advantage over 4-lap, 5-lap old mediums. He will go for the move within sector 1 on Noble. But the risk that he has to play now is in his attempt to overtake and close up to P1, he might end up getting more damage as safety car is in this lap.
It's a late safety car call. Okay, that's pretty weird. Thanks, CA. So yeah, let's see. Another safety car restart from Sir Venkatesh.
Yeah, 4 safety cars.
If Smith can't make the move on Domitor, he will be stuck in Noble. Abdul will be stuck in a awkward position to fight Domitor or help Smith by defending Noble. So yeah, Smith has to make that move. And Abdul is keen to make that move on Domitor. He's almost side by side and Sid has gone and he has caught napping Domitor, Abdul, and we are seeing position changes behind. Okay.
Oh, Smith, expect a move from Smith. Expect a move from Smith. He's looking for the inside. He's gone for the inside, leaving just enough space. Did Noble Garter and not enough room for him to put that throttle down.
We have yellow flag for Vintage player who has fallen down to P10. So yeah,
yes, Noble Garter is closer to Abdul Samad than Smith is to Noble. This is not a good news, but don't think he's close enough to go for any move here. Abdul Samad really needs to not just attack but also defend from Noble Garter.
And we have yellow flag for Hershey, I guess. Yes,
Oxidize.
It's a chaos from Hershey and Oxidize.
Red Bull did try that. Oh, there's a tap. Oh, wing damage. Oh, there's a wing damage.
Oh my god, what's that?
Okay, Smith race is done.
What was that? What was that?
Noble
what did I just witness?
Audacious move. I wouldn't say audacious. I mean, he was trying to overtake him, and Smith doesn't have a front wing.
Lost his rear, I guess.
So not only Smith has to pit, he is going to lose his lead in the championship as well. Sid Venkatesh under that helmet is really happy. He's taking the lead tonight.
He has extended his lead to 2 seconds.
Unless he messes that up. Oh, we have yellow.
We have yellow flag from Deadly Mosquito. This might be a safety car and... Yes, it's a safety car.
Oh my god, 5 safety cars.
Smith again. Oh my god.
5th safety car within 21 laps.
Nah, Zone, it's not possible. So yeah, please deal with it.
5 safety cars. Sid, is he going to pit?
So do you think Sid and Domitor will pit? And it's Alfa Romeo Smith pitting.
I mean, Smith has to pit.
So is Abdul. He's slowing down. He's slowing the whole field down. Okay. And Noble is staying out. So is Vintage player.
Don't tell me Oxidize has damage. Oxidize, don't pit.
Oxidize is having damage.
Don't pit.
Oh my god.
That was a big cut.
It's caught on the stream.
Oxidize, unless he has damage, he has no purpose of pitting.
He is having damage from contact with Hershey, so yeah.
The bad luck this guy has. I mean, this
Yeah,
is something.
he is in for a big
This
change.
luck is something that I saw with Redstone when he was in D2. I mean, you can see
Yeah,
he's leading the
last season
championship in
only.
D1. He's leading the
Yeah.
championship in D1. But last season, even season prior to that, he was putting his car on pole and just DNFing in the race, and he
So
wasn't
let's
even a top
just
two.
so let's just promote Oxidize to D1.
Maybe his luck will change. You never know. I mean, that just proves how clean a D1 is, right? We let people race cleanly and not DNF them.
It's not about DNFing. It's about never mind. I won't open my mouth. That's
You
some
shouldn't.
controversial statement. That's some controversial statement right there. So just let's leave it. And Smith cutting the corner. What was that? Is that a warning? Because he cut that corner way too much. So let's. Do you think the safety car will be in? As the
No.
field is pretty much bunched up.
No, I don't think. Not at this stage. I think if it was the next lap, then it would have come in early, but it will give time for guys to catch up. So Smith on softs again. I mean, all is not lost. I mean, to be honest, because guys behind him pitted. Wait, Abdul Samad, did Abdul Samad pit?
He came out
yes,
on
he did.
mediums because
I noticed
he
just now.
didn't have an extra set of salts, so yeah, he had to do it. So yeah, the field is caught up. Not okay. Never mind. Offsides is way behind.
Biggest gainer so far has been Domitor, Vintage, and Abhi, all gaining 5
Domithor out of nowhere, keeping
Yeah,
it clean, has ended up in P2 for now.
Yeah, to be honest, no one
That's-
expected him to be there.
Yeah.
Shooter with the
And
fastest
Noble-
lap, who is
Shooter is
not
still
finishing
having
the
the
race.
fastest lap.
Yep.
Okay.
No one.
Yeah, he was on softs. He was on softs.
I mean,
we
we are not getting to race, so how will others set a faster lap? Okay, here's the
see,
scenario,
this
right?
is the last. This is the last safety car.
This will be
we
last
might-
car, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So another scenario: Smith on fresh softs in P6. Everyone in front on old tires, except Vintage, who can extract some life out of it, performance out of it rather. Keeping the championship in mind, you think Smith is going to risk it, or he'll just play it safe and just accept that tonight is not his night to, score as many points as he would like? I mean, some
As
points is
much
better
as
than
I
no
know
points.
Smith, he will play it safe because he is looking at the long term. If he DNFs here, it will be a 16-point lead for like what he is 5 points lead for Sid Venkatesh. He's currently 9 behind of Smith.
Yeah, it will be 7
Yeah,
point lead if Smith DNF.
Yeah. Yeah, if Smith DNFs, it will be a 5 points lead for Sid Venkatesh. He's looking at the long term picture, collecting some points and going back into Miami with a stronger weekend, hoping for a stronger weekend. So yeah,
How is Miami for you?
it's a good track. I am still dicey about to drive traction off or medium traction.
What traction do you currently drive on?
Medium.
Oh, okay. All right. So why don't you just finish the season high? I mean, you started the season. I mean, coming to you, yes, you started the season high. You kind of gloated about it.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
it just
I
kind
did.
of, and it kind
And I
of went
regretted
downhill. I mean,
Yeah, after
yeah.
Austria it went downhill. The third race only. And the safety car is in the slab.
I mean, Sidvi is finishing ahead of you. So, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but he's guaranteed finishing ahead of you. Right, coming back to the race. It's okay.
Yeah.
Um,
We have next season always.
There's
Next year
always
is
next
our
time.
year. So yeah, let's focus on the restart from Sid V. And Domithor is behind him and Sid V is weaving.
Azun has
Do
a
you
message
think he
for you,
might-
Shrikant. Meanwhile, you read it. I will stay on board. Sid is definitely going to take it all the way to the line. Oh no, he's gone already. Oh, Domithor was still weaving. Oh, we have
5 second penalty for
With his teammate.
and Smith also. Oh my god, it's a disastrous weekend for the Alfa Romeos.
Oh my god, and both teammates colliding. Abdul Samad obviously driver behind, giving him a love tap, a gentle love tap like he did at Monza. This time I don't think any damage was done. Abdul Samad trying to defend from the cars behind, but I don't think... Oh, Oxidize sending it down the inside of Abhi. Abhi being the guy he is, letting him through. Domitor meanwhile a second behind already. Noble Garter trying to make as many position as possible. Where is Smith? 4 tenths behind Hershey. So no overtake we should see, at least at this point. But Smith, oh, where is he? Oh, he's trying for a move on the inside. No, that's not a good decision. Yep, I mean, Abdul Samad is through.
Yes,
Abdul Samad is through, yeah. So he was trying, like, I mean, this is, I mean, not blaming him, but this is kind of expected, right? When you have a fresh tire.
He is overcooking his tires and he's under threat from Oxidize now. They are not going side by side, but yeah.
Why is Hershey so slow? Does he have wing damage? He's so slow to this section. Okay, let me check. Oh, he has no wing. He has no wing. He has no wing. So, okay,
I think he collided with someone. Yeah.
Can Hershey hold it up for another 2 laps? I mean, he'll be lifting off here. But
thinking that it's Baku, he can hold off.
Don't go into the wall. I mean, you are P5, get as many points as possible here at this stage. Meanwhile, further, there are no real battles here. Hershey will be lifting off in the upcoming section as well. Abdul Samad needs to be really careful.
Abdul is kissing the wall. I don't know why, but yeah.
Did I sense a lift off from Abdul Samad as well? No visible damage. Hershey, stay out. Hershey, stay out.
And
he's staying out.
And he's staying out, and it's a DR strain from Hershey, Abdul Smith, and Oxidize, and Abhi is also catching up. So yeah,
Smith's sending it down the inside. They're battling for the side. Oh, he's in the wall.
Fighting for it, and Oxidize sent it out of nowhere. He's licked the stamp and sent it. Oh my God, that was what a move that was.
Oh, there's no, what's happening? What's happening at the back? Abdul Samad is back up in P5.
Smith lost it out. Yeah, Smith lost it out.
Oh no, what's happening? It's all kicking off. Vintage meanwhile he has been overtaken.
Yeah, Domitor and Vintage player are fighting for P3 right here, and Hershey and Abhi are fighting it for P7, and it's pretty chaotic last lap, and that's Smith crawling.
Something has happened. Oh, does he have wing damage? He has wing damage.
Okay, he's not having his right wing. That's pretty unfortunate for him, and we have Sume in the chat saying, let's go Sid. So yeah.
Okay, we have Oxidize right on the tail of Abdul Samad with fresher soft tires rather. Oh, that was so close. Oxidize, he will be fighting for P5 here. How many seconds does Vintage have? 5 seconds penalty for Vintage as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be removed. I don't know what did he get that for, but
pending Stewart's inquiry.
Pending Stewart's inquiry, yes. So at the moment, Oxidize gap to Vintage is about 5 seconds, yes. So he needs to get that move done now, literally right now, and then push. Oh no!
And Oxidize almost loses his rear end. Oh my God.
He is getting too eager. Now the field is pretty spread out, except Abhi and Hershey. Hershey is still driving on that no-wing car. This should be an easy move. Come on, come on. Hershey's going to... You know what? Hershey might go into the wall here. Let's say we'll have to wait it out and see. I mean, he has to brake late, trying to defend from Abhi. Let's see. Abhi
goes for a dive and he asked for it. He asked for it. It's not even Hershey's fault. He closed the door.
There was no room whatsoever.
That's a racing incident right there. But
well, that's not for us to decide.
That's up to realize. That's
realize? What do you mean realize?
God, I'm messed up right now. The chaos I am watching right now has messed up my brain. You know?
I'm missing realize this. Oh no, okay.
I'm missing this chaos. I'm still missing this chaos.
Meanwhile, Abdul Samad is fighting hard with Oxidize. Still, Oxidize unable to find a way through. Oh, Abdul Samad has gone a bit deep, but I mean, Abdul Samad, I mean, he will challenge that. Oh, that's a bit of a tap.
Oxidize rear ends Abdul Samad. Oh my God.
Abdul Samad will challenge that 5-second penalty that he has at the moment. So, I mean, Abdul Samad is actually fighting for P5. So, that's a good position point for him from tonight. His teammate, meanwhile, not so good, down into P8. What he's gonna do? Meanwhile, our leaders are on the main straight already, approaching the finishing line, and Oh my god, this is going to go really tense. He's not using ERS, but he's very, very close to make a move. This will be a drag race. Meanwhile, Sid Venkatesh about to cross the finish line. No, don't DNF right now. And he's DNF. He is DNF off in his last lap. There was a tap. There was a tap. And Abdul Samad is in the wall. Sid Venkatesh has won. Noble Garden P2, Stormage of P3, Vintage P4, Oxidized P5. Pending Stewards inquiry. What a carnage we have had. Hershey out of that no wing drive. He's finishing in P6. He drove 3 laps without any front wing. Smith in P7 out of all of that. Abhi, being the kind guy he is, generous guy he is, finishing in P8. But what a final lap that we've had. Carnage all around. That was expected, making this race interesting in the end. That was the day. There you go.
And Caesar, you asked me that why am I speaking rubbish? So you know the reason. The racing I saw was top notch. So, yeah.
Rubbish? You mean to say rubbish?
Yeah, the rubbish I spoke. Yeah.
Right, but let's not get ourselves away from the fact that Sid Venkatesh has driven an incident, error-free race, taking the win, and I don't know. I mean, quite possibly even leading championship. We'll have to go back to the points table once the previous week's points are updated. But this could be that he is leading the championship tonight. So congratulations to him. Congratulations to Domitor. Unexpected podium, but nevertheless, and Noble Garden, of course, P2, starting on pole and finishing on the podium with the 3-stopper. What a race. I mean, I'll just quickly go through the finishing order. Sid Venkatesh, he gives yet another win. He's making a habit this season of winning races. Noble Garter and Domitor rounding off the podium. Oxidize out of all those spins, finishing up into P4. Vintage in P5, Hershey P6. Smith, our championship leader, in P7. Abhi into P8. And Abdul Samad DNFing on the last lap in P9. DNFs were Deadly, Rahman, Shooter, Vicky, and Nishan. Interesting. Can you invite the podium sitters to the
chat? I am on to it.
Perfect. Wow.
Okay, Sid is offline, so yeah, he might not give the interview, so let me ask him.
He's in a gaming parlor, right? So, never mind. I mean, GG's for the commitment though from Sid, traveling and back-to-back weekends.
Dedication.
Dedication, yes. So that's really good to see from Sid as Noble Guard in the party. We'll just wait for Sid. We're not expecting, but let's hope Domitor is able to join, and we can hear from him pretty soon. But man, what a race! This was something. Let's just wait for a minute, and hopefully everyone is able to join so that we can start. If not, then we have one guy who we get started.
Yep, and we have Domitor. Let's wait a minute for Sid, and let's see. Is he replying? No, he is not. Okay, he is not replying. So yeah, we might even continue on.
All right, so we'll just start off with Domitor. Domitor, are you here? Hello, Domitor. Congratulations. I believe this is your first podium in IRL, correct? That's your first podium, so it must be a good feeling after the carnage-filled race we've had tonight.
Yes, it was a crazy one.
Starting P7, you started on... You started on mediums, I believe.
I started on the mediums.
You started on... Because?
For the qualifying. So, yeah, but still I could manage to hold on to those mediums.
Yeah, and safety car had a few damaged a lot of them. So I think you were one of the lucky ones who managed to, get out of all that carnage that was happening behind you. Unfortunately, you were not a part of it to witness it. Fortunately, you were not part of it. But no, P3, it's a pretty good position to be at, and with the likes of Sid and Noble Garter, so it's a pretty decent race. So is Baku one of your stronger tracks in all of this? Very, very casually. I don't play the game. I just came back and scored a podium. Big deal.
Just stopped playing for almost like 3 months or so when Shooter has referred me to this league.
Right.
There is a league called Indian Racing League. Maybe give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of
It wanted to be a little cleaner today.
Yeah.
But there were a couple of warnings at the end of the hearts were just they were just going off.
Okay. All right. I believe one of the member has said that there's no audio, so I think your audio sharing is off. But I'll just repeat anyway. So, what Domitor is saying that it was a good race to have. One of his stronger tracks is Baku, but he hasn't playing the game a lot. He just happened to switch on and score a podium, which he's pretty pleased about. And he's obviously acknowledging Shooter for letting him introduce to IRL, and he's back here and scoring podiums, so which is good for him. So congratulations, Shrikant, if you have anything to ask of Domitor.
No questions, but pretty clean race from you, Domitor, and congrats on the P3.
Thank you.
And Noble, please enable voice sharing.
It should be on, right? Hello, Shooter. Congratulations, P2.
Oh, it's Noble. It's Noble.
Noble. Sorry, I was speaking Shooter, and I just okay. My bad. Noble. So coming back on the victory of last weekend, and scoring a pole tonight. Are you disappointed not getting a win?
First of all, I don't think I got the win last week.
I'm confused. I'm confusing drivers.
It's Noble.
I'm confusing drivers. I'm confusing drivers. Okay, never mind.
It was a chaos. We know Caesar, but yeah.
Right. No. Okay. So getting a pole, not converting it to a win. So run us through it.
Yeah, but the pool was a bit unexpected because I didn't have a very clean lap and I hit the wall at the end. So I didn't expect to be on pole, but it was amazing to be on pole. So I'm happy with that. But the race was a bit crazy, so chaotic. I had a collision with Ramen, which gave me rear wing damage. So I don't think I could push that that much harder. I think I'm disappointed with P2. Yes, I am, because I think I had more in me than just P2.
But I mean, you can be happy with the fact that okay, if not P1, then you can go home with a position that's lower. I mean, with the chaos, like you said, with the chaotic race that we had tonight, I think any position, anything on the podium, it's a good result tonight. But then again, yeah. So I mean, that's how shitty circuits behave in the league races, right? You have action all the way around. Okay, Shrikant, you have anything to ask?
Yeah, I have some questions. Noble, congrats on the P2 and good job for the constructors. So yeah, let us through the contact between you and the Alfa Romeo boys. What happened between you and those guys? Okay, congrats on the P2, Noble. So yeah, and now moving on to the next guy, but he's not here. Congrats, Sid, on the win. It's your fourth win, I guess, and congrats on that. So with that, we wrap up the podium interviews, and thank you for tuning in. We will see you guys tomorrow for the D1 race here in the streets of Baku. Thank you. Signing off with Caesar and Shrikant.
Good night.
Guys.
Good night.